People have been complaining about the difficulty of the new Mythic Plus dungeons in the Season 2 of Midnight, especially concerning the author of Fangs, and there was a hotfix deployed last night. Here is everything you need to know about these changes. Now let's begin with the bosses of this dungeon before we move on to the trash that everyone seems to be struggling with. First of all, we have Zoojan. I saw a lot of people wipe to this boss just because they didn't know the mechanics. We have the initial cast of Ritual of the Fang now occurs a few seconds later in the encounter. Ritual of the Fang is the mechanic that summons a couple of beams around the boss which you need to soak. Once you soak them, you're going to get a debuff which is going to kill you unless you take damage from any of his other attacks, special moves afterwards. And for example, you can stand in the red beam that attack that he does afterwards, soak the damage from that, and you're going to clear your debuff. Very simple. Ritual of the Fang cast time increased to 5 seconds, it was 4 seconds before. Again, you have much more time to deal with the beams, so you don't have so many wipes on this boss. Fang and power damage reduced by 20%. And this is for Zoojan. Just learn the mechanics of this boss and you're going to have a breeze of a time with him compared to before. Another charge that we have is Ravi. We have Feeding Frenzy no longer increases the rate of Mass Eater and Carrion Burst. We have Fresh Meat Pals now displaying a warning visual when Ravi is close enough to eat from them. I don't think it was too hard to understand when he's going to start, but I did see some dungeons group wiping when he starts eating. They don't know what to do with the mechanics, and it did wipe quite a good amount of groups, even though it's not that hard to understand how this mechanic works. Hydro Strike damage reduced by 33%, and that's for the bosses themselves. And not only the bosses, but we also have some actual nerfs on the creatures in the dungeons themselves with this hotfix. We have Ravenous Descendants. Ravenous now grants 10% attack speed per stack, was 20%, and the movement speed reduced by 20%, which is a significant change. Twin Fang Harvest Paralyzing Shots initial damage reduced by 50%. Venom Leech Septic Splatter no longer creates a puddle at the Leech's corpse location, pretty good. Ritual Chieftain's Blood Sacrifice Absorb reduced by 10%. Caustic Mist Totem's Unstable Totem damage reduced by 10%. High Evolutionists Evolve cooldown increased, and Venom cast increased to 3 seconds, was 2.5 seconds, and Mass and Venom cast increased to 3.5, was 2.5, so that's quite good for DPS. Bloodletter's Bloodletting now procs less frequently. Ascendant Serpent health reduced by 10%, and this is everything you need to know for this update. We have some nice little changes over here, even though they're little, they are quite significant for some people, but the most significant thing, even though, is just learning the mechanics and getting comfortable with the knowledge, and the knowledge is going to be followed by your actual skill. So make sure to learn the mechanics, it's much easier now, and you're going to be very successful with this dungeon. Thank you very much for watching this video, make sure to subscribe, and we'll be seeing you in the next one.